Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, Reading Ideas. This looks a bit moody and suspenseful, doesn't it? Yeah, was it? Let's hope it adds to the atmosphere. Some things are better in the dark, definitely. Right, well this is inspired by Gavin at Genre Books, and I think I slightly misunderstood what he was saying at the start, and it came out as my own idea. He's doing a bookshelf tour and he's getting to his top shelf, and he's come up with a wish list of 10 books that he wished he owned. And the way that I thought of it was a slight twist on that. And 10, kind of going in a time machine and being as well as being invisible and being able to see a book being written that you love. So my first in this top 10 is going to be going to the attic where Hemingway was trying to write in Paris as a young author. He's with his first wife, his first baby, and he's rented a room and it's freezing cold, and he's throwing tangerine pips into the fire, and the purple lights coming off, the pips, while he's got writer's block and trying to learn how to write and wondering if he ever will be. Imagine being in that room and accompanying Hemingway, seeing him trying to write in his little notebooks with his sharp and his pencils. So that's the first visit. The second visit I would like to do would be to go back to a young J.K. Rowling, poor in a cafe trying to write her first Harry Potter novel and dreaming about what it would turn out to be, not knowing, how ginormous it was going to become and how rich she was going to become. Imagine being able to just sit in the cafe and look across without her knowing. Wow. Third one, it's got to be Shakespeare. Imagine going back to Shakespeare's time, and he's there, writing in the wings, last minute adjustments to a script, and you can see, all the antics, and just to see the whole thing, how iconic, just to see the man in his element, and in his time, absolutely fabulous. 4. I'd love to kind of go. I've had a few similar to this, but I'd love to go to when Frank Herbert is just finishing the manuscript to June, and he's perhaps giving it a pat and thinking, I've done it. I've created something. Did he know what it was going to become? Yeah, I'd love to be there as he's just finished and looking back over it. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What about going back and watching J.R.R. Tolkien with The Lord of the Rings? Just one more dwarf. Imagine watching him writing that, and he's stopping and puzzling. Just thinking, how many rings is it going to be again? It would be marvelous to see him writing that. 6th one, a little bit further back in time. What about Julius Caesar when he's writing his memoirs, his war memoirs of his time in Gaul, in France? Imagine, Julius Caesar. Did he actually write it himself, or Did he speak it for somebody else to note down? Imagine, going back and watching Julius Caesar trying to write that, and there was at least 50,000 of them, all painted and tattooed. And what about any book of the Bible? Imagine going back. Imagine going back and witnessing, books of the Bible being written. Crikey. Jane Austen in her cottage writing Pride and Prejudice. Perhaps ringing for her sister to bring her a cup of tea, or was it, how are you getting on, Jane? Oh, no, don't disturb me. Yeah, what should I call him? Darcy. That's got a bit of a name to it. Do you think Darcy? Yeah, no, Bert. Should I go Bert or Darcy? Darcy. I'll go for Darcy, definitely. Can you imagine that? Was she giggling as she wrote? Absolutely brilliant. And what about Sir Arthur Conan Doyle when he created Sherlock Holmes? He's perhaps pondered away, trying to create, that one of the most iconic figures, and goes off to his study. Didn't he shut the door and write without taking any food, any drink, until he'd finished a short story, and then he'd come out? No pressure. God, can you imagine being able to sit in a room and watch him coming up with all those absolutely fabulous stories. Now, I think that's 9. Now, for the 10th one, how about this idea? Just think, somewhere right now is somebody writing a book that is going to be amazing. It's going to take the world by storm. Everybody's going to love it, and nobody's seen it yet. Imagine being there and finding out what that book is. There you go, Gavin. I hope you don't mind the little twist. Yeah, bye from deepest, darkest Lancashire. Happy reading, everybody. I hope you're reading something great. Why not give Gavin's channel a go? Look up his original video. Bye for now.